It's just, namaste and welcome, beloved, this light circle. We definitely have light coming in today in this session. The power of the beings that are here are so infinitely powerful. It gets such a deep sense of this. And seeing how precious it really is to speak to Jesus every day. What a turnaround from the beginning. Not wanting to talk to Jesus. Now it's like, can't wait to talk to Jesus every day. The divine light within of all of you. So every day it's so powerful just to gather, and Jesus keeps reminding me, see, it's all for me, not as a person. To cease the denial that there is anything other than this infinite light that's here, this infinite love, that our only function is to bask as that. There isn't a function that this world knows. The function of playing the game of otherness, that there's some other, that there's some limitation, that there's something missing. And infinite light doesn't know any of those things. The light that we come here to share and that we can see immediately. To open our hearts to just let Jesus pour through us. That's our function. The Christ light just pour out. And express divinity as we are made fully by God to do so. So today we have lesson 131 to celebrate with Jesus and then see if there are any thoughts, any energetic investment. And this feels like for here where he's really going deep, like on every one of those denials. To just, my prayer is, and I feel it's for all of us, actually, it's just, Jesus, go ahead, take me as deep as it can go. You know, take me as deep as it can go. Let's look at, those 4 core beliefs. We're looking at them last night. Just take me all the way down to wherever that energetic investment is to create the world, actually. In terms of using it as a denial of divinity. And the authority problem, like, so look so deeply, like that energetic investment, I want to be in control kind of energy. And just, that's what I feel like he's saying. I feel so much love saying this, like, be present, so present with just the energetic investment. Almost like it dilutes it, it dilutes that concentrated energy of, I want to be in control of everything. And this is so beautiful to just keep going deeper and deeper with him. Okay, there's, is there more? And let him just bring us all the way in, all the way home, to release all that energy to one level of awareness. And it's beautiful. Here's the course lesson for today. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Jesus, is there any desire to have an experience of failure, even of waking up? We can laugh, but when he tells you yes. I can't get this. Jesus, is there any energy around I can't get this? I'll never get this. Any ideas in mind about failing? But I can't know this light immediately, right now. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. Jesus, will you show me the goals I'm trying to achieve that can't be achieved? Is there any belief that goals bring salvation? Any of that energy? I want to see it. The goals of the world are salvation. You look for permanence in the impermanent, for love where there is none. For safety in the midst of danger, immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Jesus, will you show me anywhere I'm looking for permanence in the impermanent? Any energetic investment in impermanence? Anywhere I'm looking for love where there's no love really to be found, where I'm acting like a horizontal love is salvation. Any place I'm looking for safety in the midst of danger. Any desire for danger as a means to salvation, that experience, any belief that danger is a means to salvation. I want to see it. And release that experience. Immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. This is the belief that death is salvation. Jesus is there. Will you show me the investment, immortality within the darkness of dream of death? Who could succeed where contradiction is the setting of his searching and the place to which he comes to find stability? Jesus, is there a belief below my level of awareness that death is stability? Brings stability. I'm willing to see that in fullness. Goals that are meaningless are not attained. There's no way to reach them, for the means by which you strive for them are meaningless as they are. Who can use such senseless means and hope through them to gain in anything? Where can they lead? And what could they achieve that offers any hope of being real? Pursuit of the imagined leads to death because it is the search for nothing. And while you seek for life, you ask for death. Now we're really ready to look at this. In and out or otherwise. We don't care. We're going to look. No distractions of this world are stopping us from going. Jesus, will you show me where I'm looking for safety and security while I pray for danger and protection for the little dream? Is this true? I'm going to look at this directly. You know, that movie last night we watched, Edge of Tomorrow, that's a perfect example. For the desire for repeated loops of danger and attacks. Wanting, oh, I really don't want this, but really wanting it, really wanting to play with the swords and the knives and the guns and the, because it's all desired experience. That creature would come up and try to kill you. Attack can occur outside the self. It truly is such a beautiful sentence right here. You look for safety and security while you pray for danger to keep the dream. To build a fortress to keep the dream. To defend against what's most natural for us, peace. Jesus, do I still want danger and protection more than I want the love of God? I'm willing to see it. Yet searching is inevitable here. For this you came, and you surely do the thing you came for. But the world cannot dictate the goal for which you search unless you give it power to do so. Jesus, as the divine light, have all the power to withdraw its energetic investment in the dream. What does the light say? And feel infinite love answering that. The power of it, of love answering immediately. Can I withdraw my power from this and hear heaven sing? Dismiss creation. Otherwise, you still are free to choose a goal that lies beyond the world and every worldly thought, and one that comes to you from the idea relinquished, yet remembered, old, yet new, an echo of a heritage forgot, yet holding everything you really want. In the light of divine being that we are, infinite love, is the world holds anything we truly want. Be glad that search you must. Be glad as well to learn you search for heaven and must find the goal you really want. No one can fail to want this goal and reach it in the end. God's Son cannot seek vainly, though he tried to force delay. Jesus, is there any energetic of truly enjoying the delay? Might as well be honest now and tell us. I'm willing to see that. This is self-honesty again, so deep self-honesty. God's Son cannot seek vainly, though he try to force delay, deceiving himself and think that it is hell he seeks. Jesus, show me the confusion that I'm seeking hell. He says, happy to do it. Love's happy to do it. Hell bent on experience hell. When he is wrong, he finds correction. It's really beautiful to see in what is true correction in our hearts. What is true correction? And see that. Let Jesus show us what that is. It's to see that nothing is nothing. Nothing happens. That's all. And then once you've seen the nothing happen, you know nothing happened. We know nothing's happened. Does the light know anything happening? Does the light know anything about anything happening? When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed path. Jesus, will you show me the desire I have to wander off within myself? That's the humor of it. So we see the lights here. We know this light's here. So we see, okay, here's the light. And then there's an idea that we can wander off somewhere. To wander in the dream. Dream dabbling. Jesus, do I still have a desire to dream dabble? Sometimes.
I've heard mind wandering over and over again. Just mind wandering. Yeah.
So let's just take that thought. That is it possible? Is it true that the mind, in the ultimate truth of the light that's here, is it true that the mind can wander? And let's listen to what the infinite light says. Let that answer land in the heart. Can the mind wander? It's just like script writing, really. We like writing scripts and playing the script. No one remains in hell, for no one can abandon his creator, nor affect his perfect, timeless, unchanging love. Let's see that in the light of truth, in the light of divine being. Can we abandon our creator? Can we affect our perfect, timeless, unchanging love of God in our direct experience of the light? You will find heaven. In the light of divine being, is heaven here? You hear his answer. Everything you seek but this will fall away, yet not because it has been taken from you. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want. It's certainly God created you in sinlessness. In the light, the divine nature that's here, infinite light, did God create us, me, whatever's here, sinless? And hear his answer in our hearts. We can know that's the light. And feel the happiness of that. We know this. Why wait for heaven? That's a good question. Let's ask Jesus why we're waiting for heaven. That is a really good question. Why wait for heaven? Jesus, what are the reasons that I'm waiting for heaven? That I have below my level of awareness? I love that. Muji says, why not today? Why not now? What are the reasons I've invested in, so why not right this minute accept every single thing the Father has ever given, give unceasingly. I can't come with a good reason, actually. It is here today. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Does time impact what is? In our direct experience as light being, can time impact what is? Yet this cannot be if it is where God wills his Son to be. How could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? That's a good question to ask the light. How could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? Can the will of God be in the past in our direct experience as light beings? Can the will of God be yet to happen in our direct experience as light beings? What he wills is now, without a past and wholly futureless. In the light of divine being is what God's will is now. Is God's will without a past or a future in the light of divine being? Does the divine being know a past or a future? Can that be found in our direct experience? It is as far removed from time as is a tiny candle from a distant star, or what you choose from what you really want. Jesus, can I choose to be not of the light? Can divine being, is there a choice not to be this light? In direct experience, can that be found? In truth. We can dream it in truth, so can we be separate from divine light? In divine light, is choice possible? Heaven remains your one alternative to the strange world you made and all its ways, its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures and its tragic joy. Its painful pleasures. Jesus, show me any desire for painful pleasures. And tragic joy. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attracts itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as glad effect of one and earth the other sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. God does not suffer conflict. In our direct experiences as infinite beings, does God suffer conflict in our direct experience? is light. Thus, do we suffer conflict? Is it possible? Without a desire for it, to experience it in a dream? How could it be his son could be in hell when God himself established him in heaven? In the light of divine being, is it possible to be outside of heaven? Could he lose what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? In the light of divine being, is it possible to lose what God has given me? Let us not try longer to impose an alien will upon God's single purpose. He is here because he wills to be, and what he wills is present now, beyond the reach of time. In the light of divine being, am I beyond the reach of time? Today we'll not choose the paradox in place of truth. How could the Son of God make time to take away the will of God? He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven and believes he abides in what does not exist, while heaven is the place he cannot find. Leave foolish thoughts like these behind today and turn your mind to true ideas instead. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, and it is truth we seek to reach today. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today, and we will ask to see the rising of the real world to replace the foolish images that we hold dear, with true ideas arising in the place of thoughts that have no meaning, no effect, and neither source nor subject in the truth. This we acknowledge as we start upon our practice period. Begin with this. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For several minutes, watch your mind and see, although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Review the thoughts as well, which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. Then let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they can enter not. There is a door beneath them in your mind which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. Seek for that door and find it. But before you try to open it, remind yourself no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And it is this request you made today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal is valued now or thought. Nothing before the door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open. Your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise perhaps will make you pause before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. You cannot fail today. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you, that you might approach this door someday, and through his aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. Today that day has come. Today God keeps his ancient promise to his holy Son, as does his Son remember his to him. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed time and place where you will find the goal of all your searching here, and all the seeking of the world, which end together as you pass beyond the door. Remember often that today should be a time of special gladness and refrain from dismal thoughts and meaningless lament. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you and for the world. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing this holy group of beings together to celebrate and show us so easily what we've denied, the whole, the kingdom of heaven, everything the Father's granted. We accept these gifts today and celebrate this together, this happiness and this joy, this light. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Stephen. We love you.